And as much as I enjoyed this weekend, us analysts, we all like being right. So you just get excited about that. It was a bit bittersweet. Bittersweet because I won 2 football games in terms of picks, but I think I lost my partner. I show up today here at Fox Sports Radio, and I go to my mailbox, and I see this piece of loose leaf paper, and I pull it out of my box, and I see some handwritten stuff on it, and it's actually a little tear-stained, I believe. It was really in bad shape. It looked like the handwriting suggested the person was really struggling to write it, but I was able to decipher it, and I put it into my phone because I had to read it to all you guys today. But here's what the genesis of this is.
What if they do win?
I think I'm moving to Mexico. Do they have a job down there on?
Well, if you like soccer, you could be a sports radio
I'll be
host.
a sports guy down there. Me and Chris Broussard will move our radio show to Mexico.
I heard that when Rob said it, and I, of course, thought he was joking. He's playing around, all right? But let me tell you what the letter said. Dear Chris, the Odd Couple crew, and our loyal listeners, I have once again put my foot in my mouth, and it doesn't taste good at all.
Oh, Rob!
It's dry, it's ashy, and it reeks of Ben Gay. I am 55 after all. But it's not my fault, but it's my fault. You would have thought I would have known better than to bet against TB12 after being wrong about him so many times over the past 8 years.
Tom Brady could do that.
Tom Brady could do that.
But I was foolish once again. And in fact, this time I went too far. I pledged to move to Mexico if Brady won again. So in humility and heartbrokenness, I bid you adieu. The Odd Couple is now a solo show. I will return at some point in the distant future, assuming Trump doesn't build that wall. Until then, I'll admit it. Tom Brady is the GOAT.
What?
What are you doing here?
What are you talking about?
I got this letter in my mailbox.
Who wrote that letter? Because
You
I didn't
wrote
write
it.
it. I did not write
It had your signature
You're
on
talking
it.
about it had tears on it. You are absolutely crazy if you think I had anything to do with that letter, and if you think that one football game is going to change me or change what's going on here. Are you kidding me, Chris Broussard? You know me better than that after all these years.
Well, I am glad to see you.
That's about it. But let me tell you
I was going solo.
You ain't going solo. Rob Parker ain't going nowhere. Bueno?
You actually coming in here braggadocious?
Yes. That letter,
you're welcome, but are you coming in like with your chest out?
That letter
boasting?
is total BS. I have not changed my mind about Tom Brady. Yes, he won. Yes, he played well in overtime. And yes, the Pats are going back to the Super Bowl. But no, he is not, N-O-T, the GOAT in my mind. Nothing has changed with that victory over the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. This isn't irrational. This isn't rational. This isn't math. There is no right answer when we talk about who's the GOAT. Sorry. It's based on what I see, what I believe, and what I feel. That's the beauty of sports. We can watch the same game and see something totally different. One man's chicken is another man's gumbo. You hear me, Chris Broussard? If my opinion is invalidated because you don't agree with how I see this, that means your opinion doesn't matter either. This is what sports has always been built on. In the 50s, In New York City, the debate was Willie, Mickey, or the Duke. Who was the greatest center fielder in New York? And depending on who you were talking to, people would pick Willie Mays with the Giants, Mickey Mantle with the Yankees, and Duke Snider with the Dodgers. And Mickey Mantle won all the time. He won 8 World Series, and you know what? People still pick Willie Mays as the greatest center fielder, even though he only won once. So don't sit here and tell me the same people now who are coming here looking for validation, looking for me to stamp their ticket and tell them that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. You must be crazy. You're the same people who tell me all the time that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, even though Michael Jordan never lost. You tell me that winning championships doesn't mean you're the greatest. But when it comes to Tom Brady, going to the Super Bowl means you just got validated. And we all know this, Chris, that had Tom Brady and the Patriots lost yesterday, there's no way in NFL America would that have changed the minds of Brady fans and told people that Brady was not the GOAT because he lost yesterday. So don't come in here telling me that yesterday beating the hapless Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm talking about their defense,
hapless.
You watched the game, that all of a sudden that validated you, that changed your mind about Tom Brady. You are now convinced more than ever that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. Stop it!
So you didn't write that letter? Who wrote that?
You know I didn't write that letter.
Well,
No way, no how did I write that letter. I've been calling for it for years, but finally, this is a year where I'm going to be right.
Wrong. We save that for next year, because Rob will say the same thing next year, and you can use
What
that.
are you saying? I repeat myself?
You have since 2011. Here's what I got out of your spiel. It was impressive, by the way. You have moved a little bit, because you normally say definitively that Tom Brady is not the GOAT.
I said it hasn't.
Now you're saying, hey, you're basically, if you think he's the GOAT, fine, but it's subjective. I don't think he's the GOAT. You see what I'm saying?
But I've always
You normally
said that.
come out and say it's Joe Montana, 11 touchdowns, no
picks.
interceptions,
You know it.
4 Super Bowls, no losses. You've moved a little.
I didn't.
You have
no.
moved a little, which sparks me to ask you, what if Tom Brady wins in 2 weeks? 6 Super Bowls.
What if Tom Brady loses and goes to 5-4?
Magic Johnson's 5-4? I got no problem with that.
Nobody says he's the greatest. All I'm saying, 5-4 does not sound as good as 4-0. I don't care what you say. You can talk about 9 trips. That would basically make him a 500 quarterback in the Super Bowl.
No,
And
no, it wouldn't make him
Yes,
a 500.
it would. According to my
funny math.
That's according
Math
to my
is not
math.
subjective, all
Yes,
right?
I told you that
math
earlier.
Is not subjective. And the other thing is this. I didn't really expect you to say, okay, Brady's the GOAT. What I'm wondering, though, have you changed your mind on him being too old? You start saying in week 2 or 3, he is done. I mean, I don't remember. You didn't think they could win it. I don't remember if you said you didn't give them a shot to get to the Super Bowl.
No, I said that.
I think you said they could get to the AFC Championship, man.
But I didn't say that they could win. And here's the other thing.
So if have you changed
No,
on him being too old?
No,
I mean,
I
he was a stud yesterday. I know he had some bad plays too.
Okay, he was also an offsides away, and this you could.
But how many times we can go back through everybody's career and pick out things like that?
But you got to admit that would have been a third pick. And just let me just be honest. If he has that third pick, they lose there. There's no way. Do you come in today telling me he's the GOAT?
Yeah.
You still believe?
Yes. I mean, he's the GOAT.
And that's my point, is that nothing was determined yesterday. Because he could have had a bad game, and you still would come in and say he's the GOAT regardless.
But that's why
nothing was validated yesterday.
I think what was validated is that he still has it.
No,
That's what was
But
validated.
I saw the bad Brady that we've seen this year when he's thrown bad passes and he threw a bad pick to start the game.
The last 3 possessions, 11 for 20, 147 yards. He marched them down the field. What are you talking about?
How many touchdowns did he throw yesterday?
Don't give me the touchdown run. A running back running it in from the 5-yard line.
I'm just asking
he
you.
marched them down the field.
I'm asking
he threw
you.
1.
Okay.
But he marched them down the field
and also,
each of those possessions.
How many times was he sacked?
None.
Right, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
But hold on, you gonna blame me for that?
No, I'm saying.
Where was his Jerry Rice?
I'm saying any quarter.
Where was his Dwight Clark?
His Jerry Rice was right there. Rob Gronkowski had 1,000 catches.
Who's been terrible this year?
Edelman just went over. No, both of those guys. Stop it.
Gronkowski has been terrible this year.
Does he have over 1,000 catches now?
That's past history.
No, it ain't.
He showed up yesterday. I give it to him. But Brady made him show up.
My only point is you can't have it both ways. You can't act like he never had anybody or he don't have the. This is the LeBron narrative that drives me crazy. Don't tell me he doesn't have anybody. And as a quarterback, I don't care if you're in the NFL and you get no pressure and get time to throw, you could pick anybody apart. The whole game is whether or not you could get to the quarterback and disrupt them. So Tom Brady, as good as he is, of course he's going to pick you apart if you don't pressure him. That's all I'm saying. He did what anybody would do, given no pressure.
3 straight drives,
no pressure.
The pressure was to win.
No.
The pressure was to win. But like I said, I didn't expect you to say he's GOAT. But I did. I was just wondering
if you're coming
you
here,
saying he's done. He's too old. He can't throw the ball anymore.
If you're coming to the Odd Couple looking for validation today, you got the wrong station.